Lark! Kera MacDonagh poked her head out of the tangle of covers, looking for the source of the beeping in her immediate vicinity. The clock near her bed showed the time, 11:42 a.m. That was well before the alarm she had set, which meant the culprit was her phone. Wild flailing in the blankets produced nothing, and she flopped over to reach blindly around on the floor for her phone. Ugh! Her fumbling produced the damned thing, currently displaying her mother's contact information. Kera dropped her head back onto the pillow with a groan as she answered. She cleared her throat. Hello? Hello, Kera. It's your mother. Her mother's voice had the sort of impeccable diction and unidentifiable accent practiced by news anchors. Oh, good. Kera forced herself to sit up and began wiping sleep crusts out of the corners of her eyes. For a second there, I was afraid someone had stolen your phone and called me from it. Yes, dear. There was a little sigh. I had a few spare minutes, so I thought I would call you. Kera, who had been slouching as she rubbed her face and smoothed her hair, sat up a bit straighter. A sigh instead of a joke? Her mother, a devoted philanthropist, had a few spare minutes? She shoved herself out of bed and curled her toes under on the cold concrete, wincing. Her spidey senses were tingling. I'm good. Thanks for calling. Great to hear your voice, but I know you're super busy, so wonderful. Her mother studiously ignored the implicit request to hang up. So, how are things going? Kera rolled her eyes heavenward. Her mother had a specific question for her, but it would be useless to ask her to cut to the chase. The woman would lead with side questions, maneuver Kera into a verbal trap of some sort, and then pounce. There would be no speeding this up. Things are good, she said finally. You know, work, the usual. The second the words came out of her mouth, she cursed herself. There was no going back, however. Wonderful, her mother said again. You know, it just occurred to me that today is the 2-month anniversary of your graduation. Here we go, Kera muttered. It was too early for this shit. With your grades, companies should be tripping over each other to hire you. Her mother's tone was sweet and cheerful. And, as we all know, Los Angeles is host to 23 of the 57 Fortune 500 companies in California, all of whom need computer science graduates. The only people who know that are the ones who read about Los Angeles on Wikipedia.